Georgia is one of Donald Trump's obsessions this year as he seeks revenge against Republicans who would not help him cheat. The former president recruited the former Senator David Perdue to mount a primary challenge to Governor Brian Kemp and Trump thought his endorsement would spell immediate trouble for the incumbent. But Perdue is struggling. At least he is out of the gate. Here's one way to judge things. Take a look. Kemp has raised twice as much money in the first quarter than his Republican opponent. Plus, most of the state National Party establishment is on Team Kemp. Public polls aren't so promising for Perdue either.
The only thing that Perdue has at the moment going for him is this endorsement from Donald Trump, which happened the day that he got into the race. And since then, it's kind of been a big flop.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here. And Trump-backed candidates are getting totally creamed in multiple high-profile races. What a great headline to read. These words eclipse hallelujah and ode to joy, and I don't think there's any poet or playwright who could string together a better phrase until we hear the sequel, Trump's incarcerated. But I needed a feel-good story right now, and I can't think of a more genuinely American story than this. Yes, these boneheads should be utterly defeated at every turn. It's a wonder they get a vote at all, and it's honestly a disgrace that they're even in the conversation. We know there's often a Looney Tune or two that show up in the primaries, but to have one of our two major political parties be virtually entirely comprised of conspiracy theorist psychopaths is science fiction level ridiculous.
There's about to be a GOP showdown in Georgia. The former Republican Senator David Perdue announced today he's running for governor, and he just got an endorsement from President Trump a short time ago. But first, he'll have to face off against the state's current Republican governor, Brian Kemp, in a primary race. The announcement comes just days after the Democrat and voting rights activist Stacey Abrams said she plans to run for the seat in what would be a rematch of 2018 if Kemp is the nominee.
Trump's efforts to steal Georgia, who refused to fabricate 11,000 votes from him, have fallen flat on their face. Trump's also losing his efforts to install a personal yes man in my new home state of North Carolina, so that's all the more sweet. All these losses piling up for the king of losers, Donald Trump, has forced him to reconsider his plans. When asked about it, Trump suggests that he will start making multiple endorsements in the same race, and went on to say, and I quote, "That way I have two chances to win." Wow, common sense has never been Trump's strong suit. From a guy that doesn't know Einstein from a beer stein, this is as close as he can get to intelligence. What's sad is that there's actually some folks that think this is a valid strategy. Maybe they should endorse everyone from all parties, and don't forget to endorse all the write-in candidates too. You have to be a special kind of stupid to think attempting to Shanghai democracy in a violent coup based on lies is acceptable. But if you've seen the light, welcome back to America where we defeat fascism, not submit to it. Maybe it was the revelation that after 4 years in office and controlling both the House and the Senate, the guy literally did nothing, filled 0 out of 1,000 election promises. Maybe it's because there isn't anything remotely conservative, fiscal, social, or otherwise about this jackaloon. Or maybe it's people stepping up that haven't been indoctrinated into partisan bootlicking. People that realize Trump is the poster child for everything that could possibly be wrong about a politician. That something has to be done to prevent our politics from degenerating into pro wrestling. Perception beats reality because all you have to do is hoodwink the people, not work for them. And we've got to turn that tide. And how? With transparency. That's how. Transparency is Trump's worst nightmare. That's why he flushes papers down the toilet, fires 9/10 of his staff for fear of leaks, makes perfect phone calls where he sells out our country for the good of his never-ending campaign, late-night phone calls with Putin behind closed doors. The parts we did see were endless rallies and golf trips. That did the country a lot of good. You know, when you are all talk and no walk, it sometimes limits what you can do. But guess what? Trump is a con. We can just pray to God that people are either waking up to the fact or decent people are making a stand, because both need to happen and happen fast. I know no outside force can destroy American democracy, but after January the 6th, we definitely know where our greatest threat lies, in lies themselves. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.